Hello everyone, this is Wesley from Dutch vBlog with a new video on vRA8. In the last video we installed vRA8 in the lab, and today we're going to go through the Quickstart option. Normally I'm not a big fan of Quickstart because they do stuff and name it according their own practices and doesn't give you the option to sort of fill in your own naming convention and stuff like that. But in this case, it will help you set up the most important pieces to get started, and afterwards you can rename them to whatever you would like to. So for now, we'll start Quick Start and go to the whole thing. So the first thing it asks you is to add a vCenter. So immediately you'll notice that this is just based on a vCenter endpoint, not VMC, not Azure. You have to do that separately afterwards. So this is for your on-prem vCenter or your vCenter on the VMC and AWS suite. So I'll go pause the video and fill out my details, and then we'll continue with the next step. So as you can see, I filled out my vCenter and the username and password. I validated the connection. It looks like it's successfully connected, and now I can select a data center to provision to, which is my SDDC data center. And we go to the next step. So in this lab, I don't have any NSX-T or V to my disposal to use. Otherwise, I would fill out the NSX-T or NSX-V manager service over here, username and password validate, and it will also set up your cloud accounts for using this. But since I don't have anything like that in my current lab, I'll select none and proceed with the next step. So here we have the data center, which we're connected to. You can search for an image that's already there. We have a Windows 19 standard template over here, which we'll use as a default template. So what it will do with this quick start, it will actually create a blueprint based on this template for you to deploy and test the whole installation. We'll connect it to the data store for the workloads in this case. And the network we'll use is the network I am assigned to, which is this one over there. We'll use DHCP, and we'll go to next step. So here you can do some basic policy settings. I'll leave this for default for now. You can set this to the lease period and machine name. I will use this for now, and you can edit this later if you want to. So I'm not going to do an automated deployment of the template because I want to go through these two options first before we do this. So I'll just remove this one, and then we'll run the quick start. This shouldn't take too much time. We may as well wait for it. So it will set up all these items over there. It will get the cloud account running, set up a cloud zone, set up a project, make some, create some network profiles and storage profile, the policies, the blueprint, and then it's finished. It releases it to the catalog. So we should even be able to go to the catalog service and release it as a user. But we'll first look at the cloud assembly and what has been set up. So we have no deployments. Of course, this is a newly installed environment. We do have a blueprint created already, but first I'll go to infrastructure and start with the beginning. So the first thing it creates is this cloud account, which is basically your endpoint if you compare it to vRA7. This is the connection to your vCenter. As you can see, data collection is completed, image synchronization was completed, and it's available for deployment. So this is all set up correctly. And the next thing it creates is a cloud zone. And this is what I mentioned with the naming of things. This is now called Quick Start Cloud Zone. I don't really like that naming, so we can change it later if you want to. Also note that there is a tag in use. It creates this tag for the Quick Start, and that will tie in some of these items together. Once you start to deploy a blueprint, you can say, okay, deploy it, use this tag, and it will use this endpoint in this cloud zone to actually provision the machine. You can even change this to something like production or development or whatever tags you would like to use in your environment. You also have a project created automatically, which has the default user, which I was logged in with at the moment. And it is added to this cloud zone. So we can now deploy through this project to this cloud zone. We don't use Kubernetes and we don't have any integrations yet. Some other things that were created automatically are a network profile somewhere over here. It's also called Quickstart. Doesn't matter, we can change it later. This is the one we set up where it ties to my network segment on the VMC. As you can see here, it's connected. So everything we will deploy will be connected to this network. Same goes for storage profiles. It's also created. And this is connected to our workload data store on the VMC on AWS vCenter instance. Then we have this blueprint over here, which it also creates. This is a really, really simple blueprint for vCenter to deploy the machine with this image. We do get some inputs over here to set up the CPU count in the memory. And if we now would say deploy this template, give it a name, test, which version, well, current draft is fine for me. We don't need a description. And then we here see the inputs. I'll keep this default and we click deploy. Now I'll go pause the video for a moment for this, wait for this to be deployed. It will take a few minutes and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. The machine was deployed successfully. As you can see over there, it's called configuration admin. This is the thing we set up during our quick start. This is the default naming convention, the prefix we use. And now we have one resource running in our environment. If we look over here, you'll see that it's running. I have no DHCP running on my network. I forgot that, but this is the Windows machine that has been deployed through Cloud Assembly vRealize after we use the quick start to set up the default environment. So that's really something to get you going quickly. And from now on, it's changing these names to whatever you like, fitting your needs, and then also maybe adding more cloud accounts, like for instance AWS, if you want to have another instance there, and working your way up through all these things over there. So that's it for now. Next time we'll probably go over adding a AWS instance and configuring some items there and deploying a machine there, EC2 instance for instance. So thanks for watching for now. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and talk to you next time. Bye bye.